Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Asya here. And as you can see in today's video, there's a little bit of a different setup because today's video topic is how to take better quality photos on your iPhone at night. So I decided it would be fitting to film this video at night as well. If you haven't figured it out yet already, all my photos and my videos on YouTube are all filmed and taken on my iPhone 11 Pro Max, just like this video as well. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I created a free guide with the 6 must-have editing apps that you need to edit your photos like a pro on your phone. So I'll link the guide in the description below. Feel free to go and check it out and download your copy. So just to share with you how this video is filmed, I'm using the light from the chandelier. I'm also using the light from this lamp. And then I have the flash from the iPhone. And just to prove it, nighttime. And behind me is of course the Christmas lights. We are all ready for Christmas. And before I get into the video, I just want to share with you how much the light makes a difference on an iPhone, especially when you're recording a video. So right now it's only the flash that's on and the Christmas lights behind me. If I turn on the lamp, it helps a little bit. As you can see, the quality is a little bit better. But if I turn on the chandelier, you can see that light is gonna be a big factor. One thing that I also wanna point out is before we get into the video is that you need to know the limitations of your phone. So if you have an older iPhone, the night mode is not gonna be as good as on the newer iPhone. So I have the 11 Pro Max. Also, if you have a different smartphone, if you have a Samsung or a Huawei, right? Depending on, again, how old is your phone, if you have the newest version of, say, Samsung or Huawei, they try and focus more on the night mode as well, so the night mode will be better. So just know the limitations of your phone and work within what your phone can do, because if you were to set up the perfect scene, you're still limited by what the phone can do. And I'm not saying go out and get the brand new phone, but just work with what you have and you'll be able to take great photos. So let's get into the video. So the first tip is to create a bokeh effect with lights. And I have my camera here on a tripod in order to do this. So bokeh in photography means the aesthetic quality of the blur produced by the out of focus parts of an image. And you can see here the lights in the background, they're out of focus, and notice the aesthetic quality of them. There are many ways to create a bokeh effect. I find it works best at night using lights like these here. And it also works best when you're taking it in photo mode instead of portrait mode. So for the next tip is if you want to take photos of people, it's better to do it indoors because you have more control over the light. And the light is really the biggest factor in taking good quality photos at night. Now, if you take photos of a person outdoors, the quality is going to be poor. So I would recommend to do it indoors. If you're taking photos of people indoors, there's a couple of ways that you can do that. One of the ways is to set up a little mini studio. Now, I'm in the dining room and behind me I hung these purple curtains. You can use any color curtain that you like, just make sure that it's a solid color. And I prefer the dark curtains because it creates a nice contrast and it can make the photo more dramatic and moody. The third tip is to create an indoor studio setup and use dramatic side lighting, which is what I'm doing here. And I use the flashlight because it's more dramatic than the actual lamp. You'll notice in the photos what it looks like. Notice the way I'm taking my photos. I'm actually using my Apple Watch because it allows me to see on the screen of the watch what I look like and set a 3-second timer so I can get my pose right. But if you don't have an Apple Watch, that's fine. You could buy a tripod from Amazon. Most of them come with a Bluetooth remote so that you can easily take your photo. You can also turn on portrait mode stage light for a more dramatic effect. Now, my fourth tip is to use indoor lighting at night to take photos of objects, which is called still life. This also works really well in both photo and portrait mode, especially if you use stage light because you can create some great effects. So my next tip is to get creative with light sources around your house. So you can use lamps, chandeliers, if you have a Christmas tree, any decor with lights on it, candles as well. And this will work really well when you're taking photos at night. So my next tip for great night photos is to take photos outdoors of lights, for example, city lights or Christmas lights. Now, outdoor shots at night are also a great way to create long exposure shots, but it's best to use a tripod to make sure your hand or the camera doesn't move. Now, this tip is important because the more light in the shot, the faster it takes to take the photo or the faster the shutter speed. If you notice the last two photos, there was a delay in taking the shot, and that's because the shutter of the camera had to stay open longer to capture more light. And my final tip is to change up your angle and perspective in order to create really interesting effects. So for example, instead of just taking the plain chandelier shot, look through the prism or, change up the angle and you'll be able to take really interesting photos. And there you have it. If you enjoy these tips, please like this video so that it can get in front of more people, and share this video with a friend who would find these tips helpful. Don't forget to subscribe because I share videos about iPhone photography, how to pose for photos, travel guides, travel vlogs. So thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.